All right, figure I'd show you a little bit what we got going on here in the shop. It's been pretty warm out, muddy, but we have been able to work on an excavation project we're working on right now. But we're getting pretty close to finishing that up. So whenever then it's muddy and wet, we'll be in here working in the shop, and then when it freezes, we'll get out and do some tile work. We like to do that when it's frozen, so we're not tracking up the ground as least as possible as we can. That is why we haven't spread fertilizer either yet. We haven't had a good window of frozen ground to spread the fertilizer. So we're just gonna wait until we get a freeze. If not, we'll have to wait till the spring until it dries up, which I don't like to do because we already have too much going on at that point. So hopefully we get a good window with no snow and we can get that fertilizer spread. So we got the T7 in here. Just got a full service. Matt took care of that. But while I was in here, we bought these tires a few years ago, and they've been in the barn. This tractor used to run our straddle trailer, which the Fendt is on right now, and we ran this without duals, so the inside tires, the tread got burnt right off of them, so they're real thin. Actually, on this tire here, there's basically no tread. So since this isn't going to run the road too much besides, you know, going from field to field when we're doing tillage and tile work, we decided we had these tires. Luckily, we bought them, you know, 2 years ago, because they're probably at least 50% more right now, the way things are, unfortunately. But these are a Michelin tire. We're switching everything over to Michelin's. They seem to wear a lot better. We did run some Firestones on these bigger ag tires, but it seems like the Michelin's are holding up better. It's what our local tire provider recommends as well. So we got them new tires on. This is gonna really run nice with the tile plow on it. So one thing we'll be looking at in the future is getting some front tires for this, especially on this right side. The way the shoulder of the road is, you can see the way the tread wears on that outside lug a lot more. Over here on the right side, it's not as bad. But so this here is how we wrap up our Mylar. We're taking this off for the year, but I got to do some welding to it. We got some cracks there. I'll probably put some braces here. This holds a lot of weight. It actually gets run on that little tractor there. So we got to weld that up when I get a minute. Some steps for tractor. There's welds are cracked there, so it's not doing too good holding up when you get in the tractor. This here is the fuel tank out of the backhoe over there. We got this got fixed last year or the year before, but it's just leaking through, so you can see it, the holes in the tank there. And what we think that is this is the bottom side of the tank. There's the fill port, and that backhoe loads fertilizer, and probably some fell off the bucket and fell down where the tank is, and it either got blown up onto the tank when we were washing it, or it never got washed clean there because it's really hard to get to, and it actually rotted a hole through the fuel tank. So I'm gonna sandblast it and get it all cleaned up real good, but you can see it's pitted pretty bad. Hopefully we can fix it, because this tank's $1,200, so hopefully we don't have to buy a new tank. What do we got to do with this one? This is our mini hedger for our narrow row. Just check that out there. Small tractor, but it works great. This got side shift, dual hedger. We got these blocks in it, a little wider, so when we do our winter hedging, we're actually cutting, I think it's 7 inches wider, and then in the spring we'll narrow it up so we're not cutting any fruit, because right now we're setting that end fruit bud. This got new tires on the front when they were here doing that tractor, but the sway bars The threads are stripped out on this, so I'm gonna have to weld some new nuts or something up for the other side. I don't know if you can see in there, but you can see it's worn right through. So I'm gonna have to fill that gap with weld or something. Put a bushing around there, weld it in. But this got a service. One thing we changed over on this a few years back is we put quick couplers on all the hoses, which makes it real nice for hooking up these attachments. This gets the hedger in the summer and winter, and then in the fall that Mylar wrapper gets on it. But this is a, you know, a smaller tractor, but it's a main workhorse for us. This tractor probably gets 300-400 hours a year on it, so maybe not that much, but at least 300. So this is like one of our spray tractors, 9960. Just getting a service. Some park brake stuff was screwed up, and this is a tractor I need to weld the step up on. You can see it's missing there, and it actually needs so Craig came in here and cleaned the cabs up real nice. And for the regen, this one doesn't have DEF fluid, but it has a particulate filter, the EGR valve, and all that exhaust regeneration system. And one of the buttons wasn't working. When you turn the light on, you should be able to click them, and that top button wasn't working. So we need to get a new button, which is back ordered, of course. So we're just waiting on that. And yeah, you heard what we got to do to this fuel tank. We actually blew the serpentine belt on that, finishing up some gravel work up at the bin barn. So this has been out of service for a little bit. But yeah, this, we don't put enough hours on this in a year to get an oil change every year. So it actually didn't have an hour gauge, and then we put this on. So it's got 180 since we fix things up. But new serpentine belt. Oh, the injection pump was leaking real bad out of here. Wow, that's nice. So Matt took this apart, put all new O-rings in there, fix that up. So that is looking good. Not sure really what else is in here we got to do. I'm gonna I gotta switch these outside teeth eventually. They're worn, actually wearing into the, you can see it's cut there, so it's getting out of the wearable part. So we want to fix that. But this bucket has a lot of miles on it, a lot of feet dug. So I believe I hear it raining out there, so I better get out and get back to what I'm working on. But it's New Year's Eve. Everyone's got paid holiday today, and I just came in to actually get some chemical unloaded from a local chemical company. We got some Roundup. So it's pretty tight this year. It's a lot of money, but it came in, so I wanted to get some to make sure we had it to get through the year for the soybeans. So with this tractor, we're gonna hook the tile plow up next week. It's just been sitting in here. I need to export the data off the screen, the tile data, the planting data of the year, and this is actually the screen that goes in the combine, so the yield data for the soybeans. I can't do that until I download the program on a different computer I got. I have it on the old computer, and I'm really struggling trying to get that downloaded. I'm not too good with that, and so that's gonna do it for this little update in the shop.